Hello, my lovelies. As mentioned in my work in progress video, which I have literally just filmed, I'm now going to film the flip throughs for my spring books. So I think I am going to do them as separate videos. So I don't know when you're going to see what. You might see this before you see the works in progress video, in which case that comment will make no sense at all. We'll see. Don't know. Starting off, Springoween. So as I've talked about on my Instagram, and I've actually talked about it in previous videos, I'm pretty sure, I decided this year to do Springoween. Every year I get sad because I'm bombarded with Halloween and spooky season and autumnal stuff from the Northern Hemisphere in spring. And it doesn't make sense, but I don't get to experience it in the reverse 6 months later because that's not a cultural spooky season in Australia. So we do crazy things like my local petrol station selling pumpkin spice lattes in spring. WTF, I don't understand it either. And yeah, people would go trick-or-treating on Halloween in the bright, bright sunshine amidst all the spring flowers because, you know, we're Australians and we're idiots. So anyway, that aside, Australians being idiots, I was like, fine, I'm going to mash them up together. And I have had so much fun. I am definitely making this a part of my annual celebrations. Springoween and Spoopy Spring, bring it on. I love it. I've had so much fun with it. So this is the final completed Springoween book. As you will see, a furry friend, let's call him Spodrick, helped decorate the cover by sitting on something and pushing these aside as they were drying. And I was going to peel them off and glue them back in place so that they were around the perimeter. And then I kind of looked at it and I'm like, I kind of like how that looks. And I like how it looks a little bit like the butterfly has sort of scattered them. So I left it as it is. So thank you, Godric, for your assistance and your input. Ta-da! Now, there's not a lot to talk about in this book because it is just visual exploration of all things spooky combined with spring themes, a spring colour palette. So there's lots of flowers and butterflies and bees and what have you, along with all the spooky Halloween-y type stuff. So here we go. I'm just going to flip through it and probably ramble. Why not? What fun. This guy. Very spooky. Why are Victorian men in top hats spooky? I don't know, but they are. Lots of printables and things from various amazing art witches. On this page I can see Le Patouille de Lucie, I can see Molly Roberts, and I can see La Green Witch. Yep. Skulls and Flowers might be my next obsession, or one of my current obsessions. Skulls have been an obsession for a long time, but somehow with flowers in springtime, I love them. So this is a bit more of an interactive spread. Things sent to me by friends. Thank you to Emily, who sent me a whole bunch of stuff when she knew that I was exploring Spooky Spring. She sent me a whole bunch of stuff that she thought would fit with the theme, and that was amazing. My friend Mixie Gregory, amazing artist who does sort of paper packs. She sent me a whole lot of spring-themed papers just because she's gorgeous. Shout out to you, darling. Thank you. So I've used stuff from so many amazing people, as well as some of my own things to create this book. sort of too numerous to mention, but I've done some amazing swaps and things with beautiful, beautiful people. I'll try and link them all. We'll see. If I forget you, please let me know, and I'll just, yeah, put a comment and say, hey, that thing that was in that book, that was mine. I sent that to you. And I'll make sure I add it to the description, because I don't want to leave anyone out that sent me awesome, cool stuff that has ended up in this amazing book of amazingness. This was so much fun. I decided to use my tea bag tags that was from an Art for a Spell lesson and combine it with some bones to make some floral bony Springoween bunting. How cute are these guys? These are actually gingerbread cookies. This is from a recipe for gingerbread, spooky gingerbread cookies. And they just, I'm obsessed. They're so cute. I might have to make some sometime. So cute. So, I mean, you know, as witches do, I've accumulated a lot of witchy, spooky stuff, which is surprisingly not actually used all that much in my art witchery. You would think it would be, but weirdly, a lot of this stuff doesn't kind of, it just doesn't really sort of vibe with whatever it is that I'm working on. So the cute spooky stays there. This is some of this paper from Mixie. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. So it's just sort of sits there in a box, and I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then it stays in the box. And I'm like, yeah, it's really cool, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Things like this, you know, the Magical Laboratory Curiosity Cabinets. This is so cute. But it's not actually something that, you know, I'm not making spotted tree frog jars of, like, witch potions. It's just currently not part of my practice. So yeah, things don't always get used in my everyday witchcraft. So it was also a really, really fun way of using up things that have been stashed for a long time, as well as the amazing things that have been sent to me. This is my favorite page in the whole book. It is probably one of the least maximalist pages, which, you know, is a bit of a surprise for me because I am a bit OTT usually. But I just love this page. I love how this came out. And I love looking back on this. I love seeing, you know, the ephemera and things that people have sent me. It reminds me I'm loved. And I think that's really beautiful. Not sure how much you can see if I flip out. So, googly eye mummy. Having a magical drink. That was fun. That was super fun. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's really interesting. I remember watching a Molly Roberts video where she talks about, she pulls out a birthday card out of one of her abundance books. And she talks about, if you want to be reminded that you're loved, look at your birthday cards. And that hit me with a gut punch because I don't get birthday cards. People don't send me birthday cards. I have no birthday cards. I haven't had a birthday card probably in 12 years. So I'm like, does that mean I'm not loved? Which of course is ridiculous. So what I'm saying is I love all the people that have sent me amazing things. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity. Things that have been gifted to me and things that I've purchased from other art witches. I can feel your love in creation, in the creation of those items. And that's pretty special too. This artwork, this is an artwork by La Green Witch. I love this so much, and I'm planning on finding the right frame for it, which I haven't quite found yet. and actually hanging it on my wall because I love it so much. I did purchase it from her. But at the moment, it just tucks nicely in my book. And it's just kept safe in there for now. So much fun. Spooky spring. Springoween, I tell you. This is another page I really love. I love these dancing skeletons. Fluffy from Harry Potter. And some spooky ghosts. Very, very, very enjoyable process creating this book. It's been a pleasure to make. These are from Megan the Moon. They were a printable. This was sent to me by my absolutely divine friend, Miss Maya. I will link her Instagram. She's an amazing artist. She's just released a tarot deck. If you love that sort of big-eyed girl style of portraiture, check out her work and check out her tarot deck, because that's her jam. And yeah, she's very talented. This is another one of her stamps. She sent me some ephemera ages ago, and I've been eking it out very preciously because it means so much to me. We did a bit of an art swap. It was good fun. So that's it. That is my Springoween book. I hope you have enjoyed flipping through it. I certainly had an absolute ball gathering together things to use in this book. I went through all of my ephemera and papers and all that sort of thing, and I put together a big tin of all the elements that felt like Springoween to me, and I used about 1/10 of them in this book. So there's definitely room for more Springoween in future years, and I for one definitely want to do it again. I'm wondering whether maybe if there's other Southern Hemisphere artists and witches out there that would like to join in next year, please do. If you're a Northern Hemisphere witch and you're considering that you'd like to do Springoween in your springtime, do it. Do it in, May next year, April or May next year. That would be so much fun. I'd love to see what you do. So if you do it, please let me know. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this finds you well and gives you inspiration. And thank you so much for being here. Sending you all my love. Bye-bye, and see you in the next video.